What's up, YouTube? This is Jetski Paradise. Today we have a 2021 brand new Sea-doo Spark Trixx, and we're going to be doing installation of floor mats. You'll notice it comes factory stock from the dealer like this. Just to zoom in and show you guys, it's really not even any mats here. It's just part of the actual fabrication of the poly, whatever they call it, urethane plastic. But it's got these little grooves in it, which is very uncomfortable on your feet if you're barefooted. So you definitely want to add the floor mats, which I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. Over there, the yellow one, we got a 95 Seadoo XP 800 for the old schoolers. But we got the new school one here, the, again, 2021 Sea-doo Spark Trixx. All right, so let's show you what we got here. So as you can see here, I had these custom made. Call me crazy, but it ran me about $300. They wanted $200 for the SC Wake mats, which that's where I got them, by the way, scwake.com. And usually they have SC Wake engraved on the floor mats, but I wanted to customize them, so they charged me an extra $100. So I ended up spending $300. Again, a little crazy, but you get what you pay for. I mean, I think they came out phenomenal. They look beautiful. You know, it's gonna really add a nice touch to the Spark Trixx, which is already black and red. As you can see here, we got all the pieces here to match. And here's the instructions that they give you on, you know, where they go. But I'm gonna pause the video for a second, and we're gonna do some cleanup, and then we're gonna go to the installation of the mats. All right, guys, so what I'm using to do the cleanup is some Goof Off Pro Strength Remover. I thought this would be much better than alcohol. So I'm gonna try and do this here with one hand. Pretty much just doing some cleanup. I'm not gonna record the whole video on the cleanup, but just wanna make sure, you know, it's nice and clean. There's no dirt, debris, no sand, to make sure it sticks real good. So that's what I'm doing here. Just cleaning up the ski. And then I'll be right back in a little bit to show you what it looks like. Also, guys, you'll see here that on the footrests, when you're doing your tricks, it has this foam here, which is going to need to be removed. So you just got to work it off, because we're going to be replacing it with the pieces that we got in today, part of the floorboard. So that's got to come off. So I'm just pulling that right off, and then I'm going to get the rest of this glue off with the Goo Gone, make that nice and smooth and clean it up. I'll be right back. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video. There'll be lots more videos coming, actually on the water, with the 95 Seadoo XP 800 and the brand new 2021 Spark Trixx. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so still at it here, doing this footrest. Thank God there's no existing floor mats that come factory stock on the Trixx, otherwise we would have a ton of work here. But I've been at least 45 minutes already just on the one footrest here, trying to clean it up. I've been using this straight razor, just using this here, along with the, you know, of course, the Goof Off. But it's tough. It's tough. The glue is really hard. So to get off, just want to give you guys realistic expectation. I mean, plan on at least 2 hours to just do the footrest. Like I said, the rest is going to be easy. Basically, it's just clean up and stick with the 3M on the floor mats. But this is really taking a while. Like I said, that was 45 minutes. If you come over to this side, you'll see I haven't even started on this side yet. And that's at least probably an hour and a half of work to get that glue off. So, I mean, it is what it is. Just take your time with it. You know, clean up the footwells, clean them up real well with some either alcohol, some kind of cleaner, or the Goof Off is what I'm using. And like I say, once I get all this off, I will come back and show you guys the finished product, but I think it's gonna look pretty sweet once it's done. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. So guys, just to give you an update, it was just way too hot out there in the garage here in Florida. 100-degree weather outside. Just too hot to sit outside and try and get this gunk off and this glue here with the goof off and the razor blade. So I thought the best way to do it would be to come inside in the nice air-conditioned house to get the glue off. So you guys might want to do the same thing. Like I said, just trying to give you guys a pro tip and tell you how difficult it is to get this off. You're scrubbing. I mean, I spent about 45 minutes on the other one, and when I took the rubber piece off of the other footstep, a lot of this glue came off, but for some reason when I peeled this one off, a lot of the glue stayed on. So this is about an hour and a half, I'm assuming, or even longer. Like I say, you may want to just take the just remove the footrest with a few screws and you know, just bring it into the house where you can have at least some air condition and just work inside on the carpet like I'm doing to get this glue off. So just giving you guys an update. As soon as we get this glue off, we'll get everything installed, and we'll see how it looks. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, just want to show you after about an hour and a half, still trying to get the glue off. So had to resort to a heat gun, which I grabbed out of the garage. I would definitely recommend you guys just hit it with a heat gun. This is definitely going to help get the glue off. But you know, the toughest glue I've ever seen come off this plastic material for this footrest off the Spark Trixx. So definitely have a heat gun. This is going to help you. Just another pro tip to help you guys get this glue off so you can get your floor mats installed. And they're going to stick for many years to come doing it right, instead of just, you know, slapping it on. Just take your time and get all this glue off. Definitely use a heat gun. That'll help out. All right, so I'll be right back to show you the finished product. What's up, YouTube? Here we are the next day after hours and hours of getting that glue off, and here's the finished product. I think it came out pretty sweet. Just wanted to show you guys the floor mats. Basically, it was just stick and peel on the 3M, so it's on there really good. And then, of course, I just basically just walked on it, putting my weight down, 175 pounds, down on the floor mats to make sure it just adheres to the body of the hull. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Still very expensive, like I mentioned earlier, 300 bucks. You could have got it for $200 if you just had the SC Wake engraved, but I had it custom done with the, I even designed the X's being longer there on the logo, just to give it a little something, a little extra, make it look nice, make it pop, make it stand out. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. If you guys like it, you know, hit me up with a like, appreciate it, helps the channel. Also, there is one last piece here that I did not put on. You guys could take a look at it here. I'm not sure I'm gonna put it on. I think it's an overkill. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if I should put this piece on or not. I think it looks clean without it. Plus, just to show you, on one of the accessories that I bought was the cooler here. So it goes right into the LINQ system and fits right in. So, I mean, it covers it up anyway when it's on the ski. So that's what it looks like mounted on the back. That was another expensive piece. That was like 300 bucks for the LINQ cooler. But definitely works. I did a test on it a few days ago. I put ice in it and I left it overnight. And by the morning, I put that Sea-doo sticker on there just to make it look official. But I let the ice sit there overnight, and in the morning, it was fully intact. Not one ice cube had melted. So I actually think it works better than my Yeti that I have over there in the corner. But yeah, it's pretty nice. This cooler came with, I was able to hold 12 beers in there when I went out on the lake. So it's pretty deep, pretty yeah, I mean, it works. Definitely works. Just to tell you guys about a few other accessories that I added to the Spark. I don't know if you guys see it already, but like the mirrors did not come, came with no mirrors. So I added those, bought those off eBay for like, I think they were like 90 or 100 bucks. Just mounted them right on. So I think that adds a nice touch. You can see what they look like from the front side, but that's what they look like from the back side. So yeah, I added those mirrors, and of course the radio I have inside. I don't want to leave it out in the heat, but the radio mounts right here, and you just unlatch it with this latch. And then I added the this storage cover here because I didn't really like the hole. There's usually a huge hole right there, and it just looked like there was something missing. That was, I got that for free actually. I had the dealer throw it in, and then you got your 10-liter dry bag here. You can just put your lunches or put whatever you want underneath there. The only thing I'm not too fond about is the locking mechanism on this. You would think for $175 that they charge for this this whole assembly here, it would like snap into place or click better, but it has basically these rubber mounts that just go in the hole, and that's what holds it down. Not too sturdy and very difficult to get them in the hole. So we got it in like that, and I'll do the other one later. But yeah, I got that storage bin. That's what it's called, storage bin. Got that for free. They threw it in at the dealer, which was nice. Normally 175 bucks. Got that for free. I got the radio inside, and then I added this. This came in handy the other day. I got this from what was the name of that company? WetJet Performance, I believe. This iPhone holder goes in here, and it I'm able to have my navigation running when I'm going through the chain of lakes. There's like 15 lakes here, so it's pretty easy to get lost. So I put that right on there. Use Argo as the marine navigation, and you're able to navigate through the lakes or ocean, wherever you're at. And that works real well. Having your phone, my phone did not get wet at all, mounted right there, not even a drop of water. And I was even doing wheelies with this thing and everything, and not even a drop of water. So this is a pretty stable ski. You don't even get wet, as where when you're on this 95 Sea-doo XP 800, this old school jet ski here, you get soaked because it was just made differently. You know, the hull is a lot more narrow compared to this hull is super wide, and just it overall just it's more stable in the water. So those are the accessories that I bought. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the most important accessory to make this thing go super fast. I sent the ECU to Race Lab Performance in Georgia, and they were able to increase the horsepower from, this is a 90 horsepower ski, by the way. We increased it from 90 horsepower to 110 horsepower. So I got 20 more horsepower by sending my ECU out to get reprogrammed. Again, that was done at Race Lab Performance in Georgia. They only charged me 225 bucks, so I thought that was worth it. And then I also upgraded the Solas Impeller, and those two things made a huge difference. I did the 1214 custom pitched to the 1215, which is what they recommended with the 8600 tune. So that's what I got, guys, in case you're wondering on that. You definitely want to tune, if you got a Sea-doo Spark or Spark Trixx, you definitely want to, especially if you have a 60 horsepower, it's the same motor, by the way. A lot of people think it's a different motor going into the 60 horsepower and the 90 horsepower. The dealer just wants to charge you an extra 2,500 bucks for what you could send over to Race Lab, and they'll just simply, like I say, reprogram the ECU and just up you to 110 horsepower. Yeah, this is the 90 horsepower. Again, I increased it to 110 horsepower by sending that ECU out. So those are two things I would definitely recommend. I paid about 300 bucks for the Solas Impeller to have that custom pitched. Again, it was a 1214, had it custom pitched to the 1215, which they say is the best pitch to go, which is the most compatible or pairs well with the 8600 tune, which I did both simultaneously, and what a huge difference. I mean, it throws your arms back. I mean, the acceleration is like night and day. I mean, it shoots you, literally shoots the entire jet ski, not just the front or middle, the whole jet ski. With the slightest little wave, you're airborne. I mean, you're catching air, you're jumping waves. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's like a necessity. Definitely, I would recommend getting, before anything, if you're going to do upgrades, definitely send your ECU out to Race Lab Performance. They've done hundreds of these all over the US. They've got reviews all over on YouTube and all over Google. Nothing but positive feedback from everyone that, and here's another, like I say, another endorsement that I'm giving now.